Shalom. First and foremost, Kwahala, Yahweh Bashem, Yahushua Bashem, Rakwakadash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone. Shalom to the Yakim out there on the highways and byways, noising the sword abroad all around the world through the spirit and power of our Lord Yahweh Bashem, Yahushua. So, here I got an article. It states that 50 Massachusetts beaches test positive for high levels of human waste. And this is quite outrageous and crazy. But when you go to the bathroom or you take a number one or a number two, and that waste that comes out of your body, you flush that down the toilet, and it gets pumped, to the oceans. It gets pumped to these power plants, and that waste gets pumped out into the oceans. And there's a reason why the Lord said not to eat like abominable foods, concerning the creatures that are in the waters. But real quick, before I do that, but let me just get into this article real quick. Not gonna make this long. It says, Boston, after the state announced a dangerous amount of human waste was found in dozens of local beaches, swimmers have been warned to stay out of the water of risk of illness. You need places like this, said one beachgoer. Communities come to the coastline for relief, but just weeks into the start of summer, state agencies deemed 50 Massachusetts beaches too dirty for swimming. It's disgusting, said one frustrated beach visitor. The State Department of Public Health requires beaches to be monitored for bacteria, indicators of human feces, feces on waste. When unsafe levels are found, beach operators will act. Though some swimmers say the warnings aren't enough, there's no red flags up to indicate that are hazardous, said Greg, a beachgoer in East Boston. I will let my family know not to swim in that water. Clean Water Action State Co-Director Malua Fernandez Wara said there are long and short-term solutions to the problem that officials warn could lead to illness. When it rains, the sewage overflows back up, and then we get sewage running into the water. Sources say why Mora we need to tackle climate change and reduce water patterns, stormwater running over rain barrels, things that reduce amounts of rainfall that leads to flooding. But the thing is, really the problem to the situation is that, you devils, Esau, you're fishing up the creatures that are designed to keep the waters clean and fresh, such as crab, shrimp, lobster, all this mussel, clams, oysters, all these things. There was a reason why the Lord said, the Most High, our Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, said not to eat these creatures. because these creatures were designed to keep the ocean clean and fresh. And this is why when you notice, sometimes when you drive by the ocean and you smell, it's a horrible smell that you smell. They called it the tide. But, it's because, these creatures are being fished up every day out of the oceans, which were not meant for eating. These creatures were designed to keep the earth, to keep the waters clean and fresh. But this is another reason why you devils, you got to get out of power, because you're not keeping the law, statutes, and commandments. You're not following orders. And this is what happens. When you don't follow instructions. But real quick, yeah, it's not gonna be long. I'm just gonna make this point. So this is the book of Leviticus, chapter 11, verse 9. It says, "These shall you eat of all that are in the waters. Whatsoever have fangs, scales in the waters, in the seas, and in the rivers, them shall ye eat." So whatever has fangs and scales, such as regular fishes, such as the tilapia, the Alaskan pollock, the salmon, the haddock, these kind of fishes that has fangs and scales, these creatures shall ye eat. But it says right here in verse 10, it says, "And all that have not fins and scales in the seas and in the rivers, and all that moveth in the waters, and any living thing which is in the waters, they shall be an abomination unto you." You see? So the Lord said they shall be an abomination unto you, which means filthy, which means you shouldn't be eating these things, because they're designed to keep the ocean clean. Just like the pig. The pig is designed to keep the ocean, to keep the land clean. This is why the pig is not designed to eat. But what do we have in the society? We have pork, being popular for eating, especially when our people, they eat these things. Shrimp, crab, lobster, all this bullshit. Mussels. Our people just eat these things. And it's no wonder why our people are massively sick. They get massively sick because they're not following the dietary laws. They're not following the law, statutes, commandments of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. You see, if this law was in place, there would be no sickness. But this is why we have so much pollution in the waters. Not just the pollution and everything. Not just Esau dumping oil and polluting the waters and everything, but the feces, are waste that gets deposited into the ocean. Because because we're constantly fishing and the crabs, the shrimps, the lobsters, and all these oysters, and we're eating them, which we weren't designed to be eaten, because these creatures were designed to keep the ocean clean. There's plenty of examples of that, of examples of oysters. You could put some dirty water, into a tank, and put some oysters or whatever, into the tank, and you'll see the difference, When you have them oysters and things in the water, so it will keep the water clean. But when you don't have them in there, the water is dirty. The water is contaminated. It's filthy, But this is why, Esau, he has to go down, And when Esau goes down, this is when everything is just going to fall right in its rightful place, when this devil goes down. But with that, I just wanted to bring that out. It's been a long time coming. Giving all praises and glories due to Yahweh Bashem Yahushua Bashem Okaf Badash. Shalom.